Hi, it's Sunday, December 31st, 2017, and this is week 4 on my Medifast program. So, guys, last week was a different week for me. It was Christmas about 4 or 5 days ago on a Monday, and I ate a little bit differently that day. We had turkey and stuff. I'll go into a little bit more detail later, but definitely going off the plan did impact the weight loss, but I ended up catching up. Let's do the stats first. My current weight is 259.8 pounds. That is a loss for the week of 3.4 pounds with a total loss of 22.8 pounds, almost 23 pounds in just 4 weeks. And again, very happy with the results. Let's go to the weekly chart. Let me bring that up and show you overall what's going on there. As you can see, I continue to lose weight week by week. This week, as I said before, I lost 3.4 pounds. And I probably expect it to continue about 3 pounds a week, which is good. That means that in about 3 more weeks, if we do the math, roughly 3 more weeks, maybe 4, I should be at my goal weight of 250 pounds. That'll be my first goal. Maybe I'll continue from there. I still think it's a little bit, well, it's still heavy. I'm still impressed to get to this point in 4 weeks. The last time I did something with just mindful eating, that took me a total of 3 months to do. To get this to lose almost 25 pounds or 23 pounds. Again, quite impressed. So really happy with the program. So let's go to the what you'll find more interesting, the daily chart. And as you can see on this one, here's where the trouble began. Christmas Day on the 25th, I ate a little bit more than I should have, went out of the program. Talk about that in a moment. And then I gained only about 1/4 of a pound on the 26th. I said, oh, that's not too bad. And then the next day, I didn't lose any weight, still exercising, etc. The next day, I gained about a 1/2 pound. And then the day after that, for when I was I didn't exercise because I had basically exercised 6, 7 days in a row, and my legs were just tired. I needed to give it a break. I gained, I think, another 1/2 pound. So I was starting to get really worried. I was like, oh my gosh, I am a pound up from what I started this week. This is not good. What's happening here? But I knew it. I ate what I did on Christmas. I went off the plan, and it took me a while. The good news was on the 30th, just yesterday, I dropped roughly, what was it? Well, I got on the bike. I did a 30-minute exercise on the bike rather than 20. And I dropped 2.5 pounds. It's kind of like the body caught up. It almost has a mind of its own. Very interesting that I lost 2.5 pounds in one day. So it held on to the weight, held on to the weight. I guess it said, hey, you're back on Medifast, and boom, it dropped it. I don't know how that works, but it works. So then today also lost about another pound or so. Did another 30-minute on the bike, the recumbent bike, and now overall I've lost about 3.4 pounds. So I guess the moral of the story is this. You can have those once in a while special days like a Christmas or a birthday where maybe you splurge a bit. Just keep in mind it's going to take a while for you to catch back up. It's going to take you several days to get back on track, and you're going to have to make sure you continue to exercise, especially in those days that you don't, those few days afterwards where you didn't, where you ate too much and didn't stick on the plan, and you'll get back on track. But just be patient, and it can extend your period of time for weight loss. But if it's worth it if you enjoy family and friends, and just decide, I'm going to reward myself a little bit. Now, let me tell you what happened on Christmas Day, in case you're absolutely at all interested, or if you stuck with me this far. So that was Monday. I ate my Medifast bar in the morning. I skipped the first meal until I went to 10:30 and had the Medifast bar. And on Christmas Day around noon, I had a lot of turkey and gravy, green beans. I had a couple glasses of milk. I had mashed potatoes, but they were the Medifast potatoes with gravy on them. I could have probably skipped that. It wasn't really, Medifast mashed potatoes taste okay, but they're not the real thing. After I ate and went off plan, I felt extremely full, fuller than I've ever felt in quite a long time. I mean, I had to sit back. It's one of those, oh, my stomach feels like it's going to explode full. I guess that just is a good sign that my stomach is shrinking somewhat. The other interesting thing I found is that a couple hours later, just a couple hours later, I was really, really hungry. Hungrier than when I have a couple hours between meals on the Medifast plan. I needed something to eat. So I went and grabbed a couple handfuls of potato chips, of all things. I had wanted sugar, not sugar, salt. Salt for some reason. So I grabbed that. Around 4 p.m., I had one of the dry foods also just to keep me satiated. And then in the evening, I had a turkey sandwich with the bread, mayonnaise. Oh, it was fantastic. Potato chips. Felt like I was back home and back in the groove of things, but thinking, oh, how much is this going to, end up ruining my diet? And then at the last meal of the day, I had another one of the bars. There were pictures taken that day. And some people I shared on Facebook, and people have noticed that the face, you may not have noticed it here in the video, but the face is definitely thinning. I look thinner, so it was good to have that report and that kind of positive feedback. But the next days where I gained the weight was like, oh, what did I do? But ended up back kind of on track several days later. So there you go. That's the last week. Again, the moral of the story, you eat a little bit more or quite a bit more on a special occasion. Just know that you just go back to the plan. It'll come off eventually. Maybe not as soon as you like. Don't worry too much. Give it 3, 4, 5 days. I would not do this every week. I would probably do it at minimum once a month, if that. Maybe once every 2 months. You don't have Christmas every month. You don't have your birthday every month. So try not to do it. Save up for it when it's really a special occasion. And when you do that special occasion and you do overeat or get off the plan, just know that a few days later, you'll be able to come back on track. Keep the exercise up. Keep on the plan. You'll be fine. See you next week. Thanks.